Mazel tov on your engagement. Hey everybody, Eva Zachariah here, and today on Weddings Made Easy, we're making a Passover-friendly sweet treat, bride and groom matzahs. These are great as favors or as a dessert to serve at your wedding-related event. Let's head to the kitchen. The supplies list is on the blog, but I do want to note for the matzah, if your event takes place during Passover, make sure you use matzah that says that it is for Passover on the packaging. First, I break my matzah into smaller pieces. If I'm making favors, I like the matzah to be larger and I aim for 4 pieces. For serving at an event, I make the pieces even smaller. Cut them as close to square as you can, but it's okay if they're not perfect. It's hard to break matzah. I use my hand as a guide to help me. I'm doing this over wax paper because then I could just pick it up and shake the crumbs into a container or zip-top bag. I melt my chocolate in a microwave-safe bowl, stirring in increments. Then it's time to start decorating. But before we do that, my favorite thing about this is how customizable these treats are. You can make all brides, all grooms, or half and half. Today, I'm going to show you how to make brides and grooms. Starting with the bride matzah, for the larger pieces, I use a spoon to spread the white chocolate since my bowl is not large enough to dip. You can pour the chocolate into a flatter surface if that is easier for you. Next, place the white chocolate-covered matzah on your baking sheet and cover with white sprinkles for a little sparkle. You really don't have to worry about what your chocolate looks like on these since you'll be fully covering them. For the smaller matzah pieces, I dip them in the chocolate. Your hands might get a little dirty here. You'll notice I'm only covering some of these with sprinkles. That's because for our groom matzah, we need a solid white chocolate covering. Let your groom chocolate harden before moving on to the next step. I usually let it sit 45 minutes to an hour. The tuxedo is a bit tricky. Here I have dark chocolate that I've already melted in the microwave, and I tilt the bowl. I place the matzah into the chocolate and then slide one side further into the chocolate. As you can see, it creates half of the tuxedo jacket. Let it drip and wipe off the excess on the bottom, but be careful with any smoothing. The new layer of dark chocolate can remelt the white chocolate underneath it. Repeat the same dipping process for the other side, and what you get looks like a suit. For my larger matzah pieces, I use a paper straw to create my decorations. Dip the straw into your melted chocolate and then dab onto the matzah to make buttons. Add extra chocolate as needed to your straw. I also use it to paint on a bow tie. Do this carefully and try not to smear. You can make practice bow ties on a sheet of wax paper first. You're going to repeat all of the same processes for the smaller pieces of matzah. After they've been dipped, I use a toothpick for decorations instead of the straw. Depending on how your chocolate dips, you may want to add 2 buttons. You may want to add 3. It's your preference. Once they're totally set and dry, transfer them to an airtight container if you won't be packaging them right away, or if you've made them as a dessert to serve at your event. If serving, then on the day of the event, plate your dessert in any way you choose. For favors, I like to give 2 pieces to each guest, one to represent each member of the happy couple. Here I'm making bags to represent 2 grooms, 2 brides, and a bride and groom. These are clear treat bags from my local craft store, and I have ribbon and tags that I made to complete the look. You can learn how to make the tags in my chocolate award statue video, linked in the blog post. Simply tie on your thank you tag. You can trim any ribbon flyaways afterwards. And you have Passover-friendly bride and groom favors for your wedding and dessert for your wedding-related event. The perfect sweet treat to celebrate your big day and honor your Jewish faith. For more great ideas, head to MadeEasyDIY.com, at Weddings Made Easy on Instagram, and my YouTube channel.